Do you have unfulfilled dreams or desires? I think most of us do. We all have things that we want to experience or accomplish in this lifetime, but not everyone does go after their dreams. Sometimes we convince ourselves that our dreams are just childish desires and that we have much more important responsibilities to attend to. Or sometimes we don't know where to start, so we just put our dreams on the back burner. And often we're just too scared. But when we ignore and bury our heart's desires, they don't disappear. They're like ghosts that follow us everywhere we go. We have this nagging feeling that something's missing, but that's totally avoidable. There's still time to pursue our dreams. So I invite you to think of one unfulfilled dream or desire and keep it in mind as we go through the 5 ideas in this video. My goal with this video is that you'll feel motivated to pursue it and finally make it come true. So the first idea is that your dreams are there for a reason. In the channeled book, Creating Money, Attracting Abundance, it's written, your dreams and fantasies are showing you your potential. Your dreams are there for a reason. They are guiding you to your higher path here on earth. Personally, I found this quote to be the most soothing and encouraging of all. It tells us that our dreams are meant to be pursued. They are like breadcrumbs guiding us on the path to living our dharma, or our soul purpose. The quote refers to our heart-centered dreams and desires, not the desires that come from a place of ego or conditioning. Our heart-centered dreams and desires make us feel inspired, alive, expansive. They have a very different quality than the ego's wants. The ego's wants come from fear or feelings of lack and need, or for example, maybe you don't feel good enough, so you need to have recognition, or you seek prestige just so that you can feel better about yourself. That would be an example of a want that comes from the ego. And the desires or the wants that come from conditioning, they are the things that we've been told we should want or should do. Chasing these desires can lead to being successful in the eyes of society, but feeling empty and unfulfilled. And if you want more clarity about your heart-centered dreams and desires and your purpose and calling, the best free tool I can offer you is the Life Purpose Formula. So it's the fastest way I know to figure out your purpose and calling. So I'm going to put the free guide in the description below if you want to use it. The second idea is that old identities can hold us back. Lisa Nichols said, the reason many people don't become who they want to be is that they are too attached to who they've been. So here Lisa Nichols talks about the fear of letting go of an old identity and stepping into the unknown. I'll give you a personal example to illustrate this point. So a few years ago, I did a meditation teacher training. A few months after doing the training, I realized that I was not passionate about teaching meditation. Don't get me wrong, I think everyone should meditate. I think it's a fantastic tool, but I didn't feel like talking about meditation every day. But since it was the only certification I had done at the time, and it was the only thing I thought I had some credibility, I didn't want to let it go. So for 6 years, I continued building my business as a meditation teacher, even though my heart was not into it. And eventually, I just couldn't continue. I was lying to myself. So I decided to retrain as a life coach, which is much more interesting to me than teaching meditation. But I spent 6 years working on something that I wasn't passionate about because I was just not willing to let go of an old identity, being a meditation teacher. Another thing could be not doing public speaking, although it's something you want to do because you think you're too shy. Or not moving to the countryside, even though you feel called to be closer to nature, just because you've always considered yourself a city person. So when you persist in doing something that you don't really like, or when you resist pursuing something that does interest you, maybe you can ask yourself, what am I holding onto that prevents me from pursuing my dreams? Whatever that is, am I willing to let it go? The third idea is that we create the future based on our energy in the present. Vishen Lakhiani, who's the founder of Mind Valley, wrote, stop postponing your happiness. Be happy now. Your thoughts and beliefs do create your reality, but only when your present state is joyful. Keep the big goals, just don't tie your happiness to your goals. Be happy now. So here Vishen Lakhiani reminds us to be happy in the present as we are pursuing our dreams. It sounds obvious, but haven't you ever had thoughts like, I'll be happy once I move in my new home, or I'll be happy once I quit my job and work for myself. I know I actually have that kind of thoughts pretty often. But when we don't enjoy the journey, we sort of miss out on life because life happens now. And since we create our future based on our energy in the present, we're way more likely to create a better future if we are happy now. The fourth idea is that self-belief increases our chances of success. Paulo Coelho wrote in The Alchemist, people are afraid to pursue their most important dreams because they feel that they don't deserve them or that they'll be unable to achieve them. Have you ever gotten stuck in thinking of all the ways something may not work to a point of almost convincing yourself that it's not a good idea? When this happens, we usually become paralyzed and unable to take the necessary action to make our dream come true. So here's a quick exercise from Abraham Hicks to help us believe in ourselves. It has 3 steps. Step 1, at the top of a sheet of paper, write down one thing you want. Step 2, below that thing, list all the reasons you want it. And step 3, on the other side of the sheet of paper, write down why you believe you will have it. Read what you wrote every day. And the 5th idea is that sometimes it's best to keep our dreams to ourselves. Steve Harvey said, if you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. Unless you are entirely confident in your ability to make your dream come true, it's best to be very selective with whom you share it. I especially recommend not sharing your dream just for validation. If you seek validation, it means that you're not 100% confident in yourself. And if the person's response is not encouraging, you risk doubting yourself even more. It's in those moments that your dream is the most at risk of being crushed by small-minded people, or better said, by people who don't understand what you're trying to do. So until you're entirely sure of yourself, make sure to share your dream only with the people you know will support you. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you next week.